You're watching News 12, serving Westchester and the Hudson Valley.
Well, thanks for joining us here on News 12. I'm Matt Sampson. Coming up on the weekend show, whether you're in the market for a new home or you currently own one, you'll want to know about the trends in the market and changes to mortgage rates. Our own Chelsea Edwards sits down with financial expert Jordan Goodman. She talked to him earlier this week, and we've got that interview for you. Also, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and there's a local group of a national chapter, I should say national organization, going above and beyond for their cause. And we're going to tell you about an upcoming walk and how you can get involved. Plus, our own garden guru, Bob Yedowitz, is here. He'll tell you about a plant that will really make your garden shine. Maybe this is a good timing for Mother's Day. Those stories and more coming up, but first, most of us know that getting legal services can be costly, and some of us aren't really sure about how to go about getting that help, but there's a program right here in the Hudson Valley that's reaching out to those who can't afford lawyers. Joining me now is Barbara Finkelstein. Is it Finkelstein or Finkelstein?
Finkelstein.
Finkelstein, we'll get that right. CEO of Legal Services of the Hudson Valley. They're located, at least the main office, in White Plains. So let's start by asking, what does that mean, legal services?
Okay. Thank you for having me, Matt. Really happy to be here and tell people about our services. Legal Services of the Hudson Valley is a not-for-profit law firm that provides free civil legal services, and that's non-criminal legal services to low-income, vulnerable, elderly, disabled people when they have civil legal problems affecting the basic necessities of life.
Give me an idea, civil legal problem.
Civil legal services is housing. We do a lot of eviction prevention. We do a lot of homelessness prevention, mortgage foreclosure work, family law issues. We represent a lot of victims of domestic violence, custody, support, visitation. We do a lot of benefits work, unemployment insurance benefits, Social Security, supplemental security, health, consumer.
Wow.
You know, we do everything. We have, we just started a veterans unit. We have a children's unit.
Okay, and we were just talking earlier that, of course, we were talking about White Plains, but you said Mount Vernon, Yonkers, you've got a small office in Peekskill.
That we just opened.
One in Newburgh.
One in Newburgh, one in Poughkeepsie, one in Kingston.
And you're going to open one in Rockland.
We're going to open an office in Rockland in June.
Okay, that covers all the bases here in the Hudson Valley.
Yes.
Let's ask, too, who would need this? Give me a situation about who would need something like this?
Well, a lot of people need our services, and they don't realize that they do need it. And I'll give you an example of someone who spoke at our dinner. We had our Access to Justice dinner in April, and we had a former client speak, and she was a businesswoman. She owned a printing shop, and because of the economy, she went out of business. She's in her early 60s, and she tried to get unemployment insurance benefits to tide her over. She wants to get another job. She went, she got benefits, but then they sent her a letter saying, we made a mistake. Your company was a limited liability corporation. You're not eligible. She didn't know what to do. She was eligible for our services. We represented her. She has unemployment insurance benefits. Her husband is retired. They were able to pay their bills, and now she's looking for another job.
Ooh, that's quite a testimonial.
And she went to our dinner, and people were trying to help her find a job.
Wow, that's good. And I also want to mention, we're talking about legal services. Are there misconceptions about this?
Well, I think people think that people have the right to an attorney and they don't in a civil matter. And I think people...
Ooh, so in a criminal matter, they read you your rights.
Right.
A court-appointed...
And you're entitled to a court-appointed attorney.
But in a civil case...
If you're going to lose your home or your apartment or your child or your health benefits, you're not entitled to an attorney.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. I've learned something today. Now, how would somebody go about doing this? What, they think, oh, I got a problem? Do they wait till the problem gets severe?
No, don't wait.
Okay.
The sooner you contact us, the better, because actually, if we can resolve a problem without going to court, it's much simpler and it's much cheaper. So, and it's simpler for everybody. And when there's two lawyers on a case, it's easier to settle the case.
Okay, good point, good point. So if there's a lawyer on one side and you think you can represent yourself, it may just drag out and drag out. If you do have a lawyer...
to represent yourself.
Okay. Can you give me something, when did you get started in this and why?
Well, I actually went to law school to be a legal services attorney. And
oh, really?
I know, yes, I've been practicing for over 30 years. I hate to say, but I went to Rutgers Law School and I wanted to be a legal services attorney. And many attorneys who work in our office, they are really motivated to help people in the basic necessities of life. You know, that's what we do. We want to help people access justice. We want people to be able to, have the basic necessities, have a house, have sufficient income to survive.
Right.
And that's why we do this.
Now, what do you see as your biggest challenges now here in the 21st century?
Our biggest challenge is that there are many, many people eligible for our services. With the economic decline, we have over 500,000 people eligible in the Hudson Valley and 266,000 eligible in Westchester, and the type of person who needs help is really changing. As I mentioned, the woman who had a business, and so it's just we can represent probably 10% of the people who need help, and we are the only legal services program in 6 of the counties that we work in.
That's really a shame, and economic hard times, people don't realize that really creates problems, extra burden on people trying to help other people.
Right.
Whether it's helping the homeless with homeless shelters or feeding people. And I had never thought about what that does to somebody trying to provide legal services.
Right, and we get a lot of support from the county and the state, but the county executive just helped us open the Peekskill office, and so they recognize that it's not just morally right, but cost effective.
Okay, very quickly, I just want to mention one more thing. We got a lot of graduates out there. They're coming out of college. Maybe they have their law degrees already. Maybe they're not finding their way right into the private sector right away. What would you tell them about a little time in legal services to sort of cut their teeth?
I would tell them, please apply. And if we don't have any positions for you, you can volunteer. We have a pro bono department that works with law grads and lawyers, and we also have a volunteer department that works with college students. And we'd love to have you.
Okay. Tell me, do you have I'm looking at sort of the benefits that you do run their legal services of the Hudson Valley. How do you get out and meet people? How do you spread the word besides News 12?
Well, we have more clients than we can handle, but this is one of the ways we're doing it. We do a lot of community events. We do community legal education. We have a website, and I know that you're going to put up the information.
Yes.
We want people to know our website is www.lshv.org. But we have an intake line. We have a toll-free intake number that people can call. And I know that you're going to post all of the offices and the phone numbers.
And people know by now, you go to news12.com, you get all the information you need. Barbara Finkelstein, CEO of Legal Services of the Hudson Valley. Thanks so much for coming in. Remember, the office is opening soon in Spring Valley as well. Thank you for coming. And folks, stick around. We have more News 12 coming up.